first time. Last week, the week before, a class got canceled, and so the makeup class was this morning. So I had a late night last night with all that city stuff, and then, like, I usually go to the gym in the morning. I did not get to do that. I just went straight to school, class, study, class, and now I'm driving home. It's nonstop brain usage today. So I'm a little tired, but I had my very first exam, and overall I felt like I did well. You know, one thing I missed on it that I could have done, like on the essay part, but I think overall I did well. So, I mean, I'm learning a ton of stuff, a ridiculous amount of stuff. Today's not over. Tonight is at 7. We're meeting at our Roosevelt Center, a local community center that, again, people organized to save when the city wanted to tear down. We're meeting at 7 today, tonight, at the Roosevelt Center. And then at 9:30, we can be heard. They'll open the floor to the communities for the community's comments this evening because they didn't let us speak last night. It is confirmed that it's Lifeline that the city has given the Tolson Center to. There's like plans drawn up and everything. Of the 7 council members, 2 were definitely not aware of it. I can't speak for all 5 of the other Republicans, but we know the 2 Democrats were not included in any of the conversation and were not made aware of it at all. Nor was the board that is over Tolson Center made aware of any of those conversations. So they're having closed doors meetings, which is against the law. But I don't know that we have an attorney that I don't know what attorneys specialize in that stuff, civic procedure or whatever it is. It's not me because I'm 4 weeks in. So I'm clearly not the one to be doing anything. I'm just here. I spoke with someone involved in the decision today, like open messaging, and the person's like, well, it's the city officials, and we had these conversations beforehand. The conversations beforehand I'm actually aware of, where the members of the community directly said, we do not want you to run it. So the fact that you talk to them and were told, like, this isn't a solution for the community, this isn't a solution the community supports, it doesn't help you look any better. It's stuff like this, like, I want to like people and I want to believe the best, but the reality is that sometimes people make choices in their best interest, and instead of standing with actual integrity when it really matters, they have none. They don't show up. That's what I have to say. So I run CCJ. Someone comes to me with this opportunity that we can do something really awesome, but somebody else is already doing it. I'll just say, like, let's just talk race. How about that? We'll just talk race. We can start with all the kids getting expelled from school. We can do community service with them when they're suspended. It's a great idea. But then we realize that all the kids that are getting suspended, like 70% of them, 80% of them are black boys. But they're only 7% of the school population. So why are they all getting sent? We have an ethics issue. We're not able to continue doing that program because it's not ethical. We are part of a problem rather than being part of a solution. And even if our intentions are good and we want to help those kids, the reality is those fucking kids shouldn't be in the system in the first place. And the people in power need to be doing something different instead of disenfranchising those on the margins for their own motherfucking benefits. And that's what's happening with this. That's what's happening with this. People have been lying and secrets and all sorts of things behind closed doors, because you know what? If you're doing something honest, there's no reason you can't be transparent. There's no reason you can't include the community and listen to others' perspectives. If you function from a space of honesty, That's how you function. When you function from a space of dishonesty, you do things behind closed doors. When people directly tell you they don't support it, you do it anyways, because in whatever way it benefits you personally. This is not okay. It is a disappointment that that's how community leaders are running shit. Seriously? Like, the people that we elect function without integrity and honesty. I mean, I guess, like, we all know it. Like, that's the ugly behind politics. But there's still... I'm 40, and so maybe I should stop being optimistic. I am, though. I still want to believe in the good of people. I want to believe that we make choices to better our community and our society and how we live in relationship with one another. City of Elkhart, Mayor Tim Neese, Adam Bajolski, I can never remember the other, Brian Dickerson, and there's one other guy that's a jerk, and Brian Thomas, I've seen being an ass before too, or whatever Thomas. Your privilege has allowed you to abuse the position of power you're in. People in positions of power should be humbled to function with the most ethics and integrity they possibly can. And maybe with some humility. Maybe some motherfucking humility. I'm just saying. So, disappointed in my neighbors. Disappointed in my city officials. So, the other thing that about this evening, I forgot one thing that I'm excited about, and this is not about community or justice, this is about parenting. I'm going to do what I can to get my kids to come to the planning session with me. I already told David this morning to try to help him to get emotionally prepared for it because he doesn't like to go to any adult stuff with me. But I want them to go for 3 reasons. Like, even though this is based in like this injustice, corrupt, and ugly, there's a lot of beauty to see. He gets to see that, like, we, even despite the abuse of power and ugly in this, because we're born here, we have the right to organize and stand up against it. And that's not a right that all people have, and it's not a right we should take for granted, ever. It's a big deal. And so to get to see that live in action is not something you get to be part of every day. And so I want the kids to see that. I also want them to see what it looks like for people to care. Like, this is a group of people all coming together despite differences and history and whatever spats and philosophies and socioeconomic differences they have. They're coming together around supporting the Tolson Center, the community center. And so that love and dedication to the Tolson Center and that part of the community and Elkhart's history is also a great thing for the kids to get to see. So I'm going to just be the parent and say, you have to go. And according to David's response, like, if it's whiny, he'll come. No phones allowed. I just got to come and listen. I almost want him to have to write an essay. Yeah, I really do want to write an essay. They probably won't write it though for me. I might bribe them. Like, you guys go, I'll buy you a Snicker bar or an ice cream or French fry. You guys go, I won't beat you tonight. I don't know, some sort of bribe. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm not kidding about I'm kidding about the beating. I'm not kidding about the bribe. I might really do that. So I'm excited though for the opportunity for the kids to get to see this. It's a great learning experience for them. It is 10 till midnight. I like to be in bed, I don't know, around 10, sometimes even 9. Midnight, way too late. At the city council meeting, the people didn't get the floor until, I think, maybe 10:30. Last night they told us 9:30. But the truth is, like, people didn't sit there from 6 to 10:30. They sat there from 9:30 to 10:30. I mean, people had really strong, good, and courageous things to say at the council budget hearings tonight. I mean, I don't know if it matters. I don't know what they'll do, but it's great to see people come together. It's great to see people's courage to stand up and like fight. Believe in something. Try to turn some lights on. It's not helpful, is it? It's amazing. I took the kids to the meeting beforehand, like the kind of planning session that was from 7 to 9. We got there a little late after dinner. So I was worried that they'd fight, but I told David this morning we were going, so hopefully he'd have enough time to like process and be ready. So I told him this morning to help him like get out all of his oppositionalness, and so that hopefully by the evening he'd be fine. So when we got home, it's like, remember, after dinner we're going. Shout out to my mom, because she not only made us dinner, but she said, I know you guys have to go to this stuff tonight, and so as soon as you're done eating, you just be out of there and I'll clean all the mess up. So thanks, Mom. That's huge. So I took the kids to the Roosevelt Center, and they got to see like people organizing and talking and emotions, and it was good stuff. And before we went in, David started giving me a little drama, and so I told him he has two options. He can go in there and he can listen and he can be respectful and stay seated and just be present. That's option one. Or option two, he can go in there, he can bitch, he can give me shit, he can act out, and then he will not get to go anywhere until he writes an essay that I'll be giving him a bunch of questions about the event and why it mattered. So it's up to him, whatever he wants to do. If he wants to act out and write me an essay, well, let's do that. So he chose to act appropriately. That's great. That's good stuff. And I told him the two reasons I want them there is, one, because as Americans, this is a privilege that we can convene and organize and stand up against things that are unjust, that we disagree with. And so that is a great privilege we have. Like, we're not getting shot and killed for doing that. So thank God for that. That's a blessing. I'm not often a fan of this nation in some ways, but I am definitely grateful for that freedom to do that. So that was one reason. The other reason I told them was because I want them to see what it looks like people coming together and caring about something and working for something, because that matters too, and that's good for them to be part of. Serenity Angel, like, listened. She had good questions. She was attentive. Like, she just sucked it all up. So again, what a blessing she was. And David pretended like he didn't care. He threw me a little attitude, but you know, he takes it all in. He just pretends he doesn't. So I'm really glad the kids were able to go to the pre-meeting, and then of course, like, I had them go to bed for the city budget meeting, which is not over yet. One of the highlights, I guess, one of the city council people got a hold of Daryl and said, you should come. And so Daryl came. So I want to just acknowledge the courage and honest, like, of Daryl showing up. My thoughts is, you align yourself with corruption, you're part of the corruption, period. I trust Daryl's intentions, that he like legitimately cares about kids and community. I don't question that. I trust that. Do things in a transparent way, not behind closed doors with your friends in positions of power and privilege, stepping on those that are actually impacted, that you want to say you want to help, but don't give them a voice in the process. Like, that's not okay. And so him showing up tonight, when he like had been watching stuff on Facebook Live and everything else, took a lot of courage. I appreciate and I respect that. So that was good. And he said, like, this is what's happened. And so, yeah, good job, Daryl. Good job showing up. I am going to bed. Good night, world.